This is an African Starseed Oracle card reading for the full moon. The full moon was yesterday on, no, well, today is the 4th. And so it started at in the very early morning of today, the 4th. And so I'm going to do a full moon pull. I was actually doing my meditation and the sun was coming in so nicely. So I came, got the camera. I was actually guided, go get the camera, do the reading. So clearly something is being birthed for all of us, the starseeds, the light workers, the light bearers, the healers, those who are here to make a difference in the world. This reading is for you. And as I mentioned, we're reading from the African Starseed Oracle card deck. I was holding it up, but I was talking about something else. So here's the deck. This is the deck that I created. My name is Sana Green, and I am a sacred feminine guide. I bring ancient wisdom to bear for modern day practices. I help women particularly, and men too, some men too, to embody the shift, the change, the priestess that they would like to experience and that they want to bring to the world. All right, so this is the second take. This is the second take of the video. So I had shuffled already and I pulled one card already. So this card definitely has to be shared. This is the Kemet card. If you are not familiar with Kemet, it is the original name of Egypt. So in ancient Kemet, there is a whole system of deities and divination and understanding of the universe that is available to us. All of these modern day or ancient practices are available for us now, and they're still relevant. They're still relevant. So the before times means we need to go back and reconnect to these ancient sacred practices to help us to live more fully today. The next card is sacred sex. Sacred sex. Be open and willing to experience divine partnership. And since this card was pulled with the Kemet card, the divine partnership is that partnership with the ascended masters and those who would guide us and share their wisdom with us from the spiritual plane in this life. That doesn't mean to physically have sex. That means to partner. In this case, it means to partner with those ancient wisdom practices so that they are influential in your life right now. I don't know. I don't know about this reading. I'm like, no, it doesn't mean sex. But now we got the Yogini card. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I have to talk about this. So I guess I shouldn't have said what this reading was about before I actually saw all the cards. The 3 cards that came up are Kemet, Sacred Partnership, and the Yogini card. So this reading is about sensuality. It is about sexuality. And the Yogini are a group of women who were divinely connected to the wisdom practices in India. So there are a number of wisdom practices in India. The Yogini experienced sacred sensual pleasure. This card is relevant to me in that I have a sense that in another life, I actually, I'm leaning up so the sun's not so much in my face. In another life, I had a sense that I used sexuality as a healing practice, that it was a sacred temple that I existed in and lived in and with other people. And people came, like when people had been in war, they came to the temple to be healed. And this card is in part related to that. And then there's also a practice that I recalled on the meditation cushion that deals with sacred sensual pleasure as a way to transmute issues that we're having. And so I had been thinking about, and I've been thinking about partnership. Have you been thinking about partnership? And really having a divine connection with another. So this is the time then to lean into that and to utilize the ancient practices that we know in order to activate the pull, the energy that will attract the person who is right for you. You know, every time I say it, I'm doing these readings for the collective, like all my stuff just be coming all out, just coming all out. I don't know, but you know, the thing is most of us, the things that we're dealing with, are things that humankind is dealing with as a. I was going to say as an ascended master. You know, in another life I was an ascended master. In this life, I just be trying to figure it out. I'm gonna have to delete this video because it's just all my stuff just spilling all out, just like this brawl. So, what we've come here to do is to recall who we have been and what these sacred universal laws are and how we can utilize them in our lives so that we are happy and healthy and can ascend to the fifth dimension. The ascension to the fifth dimension includes not just our minds, but it also includes our awareness of sensuality, of sexuality, and to be able to connect it as a sacred and sensual practice. And sensuality is it's not just about sexuality, it's also about how you interact with the world and allowing yourself to experience pleasure in every way. And so I had this prayer earlier saying that I was open and receptive to experience more love, more joy, more prosperity. And so they're like, oh, bet. The Ascended Masters, my spirit team. They're like, oh, bet, God, who has designated certain spirits to work with me and to work with the earth. God is the infinite and eternal presence. So God is a name that's used in Christianity. And if you are not Christian, then then the question becomes, what do you call the infinite and eternal presence? So I kind of go back and forth. Most of the time I say the infinite and eternal presence. So anyway, I'm in the sun talking about this. I'm getting all hot, I'm sweating. But anyway, so let me get control of myself. I'm feeling kind of embarrassed about this information coming. I should have pulled this reading and then looked at it and then push the button to start. But the importance of sensuality and sacred sex cannot be understated. I mean, you can utilize the orgasm to transmute issues. I was going through a really difficult time. You know, I go through difficult times. You know, I'm going through a difficult time right now in some cases. But the important thing to remember is that sensuality, orgasm, has multiple purposes. And the primary purpose, the most useful purpose, is to transmute difficulty to whatever it is you're dealing with, not to push it away, but to bring it into yourself and bring it basically to the altar within yourself, where you connect with the infinite and eternal presence within yourself. And through the orgasm, through the serotonin and the endorphins that are released in the orgasm, you can then transmute whatever it is you're going through. And so I was guided to do that earlier today, and I guess this reading is for me. So if I delete this video, you'll just know. Anyway, it's important to allow that divine connection to not only be with another person, but to also be between you and your higher self and the earth. And our bodies are really designed to sense on so many different levels. We can sense physically, emotionally, spiritually. We can sense with our heart. And all of these are ways for us to transmute discomfort, to transmute suffering and trauma and things that exist in our bodies. Some, the body does really remember. It understands and remembers everything. And in order for the body to release it, there needs to be some physical mechanism for the body to release. And one of those physical mechanisms that I've learned is orgasm. And orgasm by myself, well, by myself and with the infinite and eternal presence. And what I learned when I recalled this practice, I was sitting on the meditation cushion. I was about to have a reading with a very knowledgeable brother in Baltimore who was talking about Tantra, and I was like, Tantra, I don't know what, blah, blah, blah. I've always been interested in Tantra, and I studied Black Hat Tantric Buddhism. However, I hadn't realized how important it could be in bringing the trauma that I had to healing. And you never really, so pushing it away is not really the way. The way is to acknowledge it and to embrace it in the love that you are. And part of the love that you are is this, is the orgasm that you can experience. The orgasm is for me, is the awareness of being physically human, of being one with the infinite and eternal presence, of being physically connected to the earth, of being spiritually connected and supported by my spirit team, by my ancestors, by the celestials or extraterrestrials that are supporting humankind in the earth right now. And that is the way we transmute trauma. So lately I put out a class about purpose. Discovering your divine purpose is called Soul Calling. Uncover your divine purpose. Because I realized that one of the key things that can be the motivator for us to move forward, to grow, to transmute, to expand, is understanding that you have a particular purpose and a mission. Maybe we all have the same purpose. That's what Michael Beckwith says, that to be an emanation of the infinite and eternal presence. And then each of us has a mission based on your gifts and talents. So based on your gifts and talents, you can express the infinite and eternal presence in a unique way. You have a unique genius. And in order to get to that unique genius, there are a number of methods that you might need to experience in order to get to that. That's what I've learned. So there's no one way. You learn this and, now everything is okay. For me, it wasn't like that. Maybe somebody could just go and learn one thing like, oh, now everything has changed. But for me, I learned one thing, I grew from that, and then something else came up to be healed. I learned something else and practiced it and grew from that. So the purpose course is related to that. And one of the ways, we're not going to actually talk about it in this course, but one of the things that has come up is understanding how sacred connection, and that came up today, sacred connection is very important. Orgasm can really be influential in helping you to transmute trauma. All right, so there you have it. I guess I'll put the video out, but that's obviously what needed to come through. Thank you so much for watching. You can please subscribe or like this video, share it with people, and follow me at sanagreen.com. Or not follow, but join the website, sanagreen.com.